everyone, this is the Archfiend and welcome to the first ever edition of Longbox Tetris, because Tetris by itself is not awesome enough without a long box. Now this of course is the series of videos I made that I told you guys about, where I'm going to answer questions that you guys give me through like emails and private messages, but I'm going to include something that I didn't cover before, in that I'm also going to include questions that have been asked of me in previous Ask the Archfiend shows. So if you went to my chat room and you were there at 8 o'clock on theawesomearchfiend.com and you asked me a question I didn't answer, you may see it end up getting answered in this series of videos as well. So hopefully that's a nice trade-off for some of you people that didn't get a question that you asked of me answered, and you can hear it answered here instead. So you guys should find this enjoyable, I hope. And I have my computer set up down here, so if you wonder why I'm looking down to the left, I have your actual questions printed out in a Word document here so I can keep track of them here. So let's just cut to the chase here because I want to keep this under a half hour. First question, how do I become a YouTube partner? I have no idea. I have no idea. That gets asked to me by so many people. I wish I could tell you there's a clean-cut answer as far as, using copyrighted material, but I've seen people use nothing but copyrighted material in their videos and become a YouTube partner, and use copyrighted songs and become a YouTube partner. I'm talking about every single video. I mean, I could rat people out and start naming them here of people that are partners that do this, but it's not worth it. I mean, nothing's going to change because of this. So as for how many subscribers you need or how many views you need, that's all vague as well. YouTube doesn't really spell that out, and I don't know. The only thing I can tell you absolutely that you need is you have to have a video. That is literally the only thing I can tell you. In order to become a YouTube partner, you need to have a video. That's all I can tell you. Next question. I live in blank time zone. What time does Ask the Archfiend start? Okay, so it's asked to me every single week. Every single time I make an Ask the Archfiend show, someone says, I live in London, England, or I live in Brussels, or wherever else in Europe, and anywhere around the world that my fans write me in. They ask me, what time does it start in my time zone? The one thing I can tell you guys is, come to my website, theawesomearchfiend.com, go in the chat room at any time of the day. There's always someone there that lives in the Eastern time zone in America. Just go there, ask them what time it is, and then correlate that to the time you have in your home country. I mean, if you live in like London, that's about 4 hours ahead of the American time zone, so you're looking at around midnight. So if you live in Europe, you're looking around from midnight to 3 a.m. based on where you live. So that hopefully helps you figure it out. But like I said, come to my chat room, ask anyone what time it is, and then look at your clock. That's the best way to figure it out. Okay, next question. Why do you wear a backwards hat? Now, this has been asked to me so many times, just randomly, and it's kind of obscure that that would get asked, but people are fascinated enough that I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. And the answer is not really that fascinating, but there is a legit reason why I wear the backwards hat. And that is simply, if you look at my videos recently, you notice I barely wear the hat anymore. The answer to that's simple. I got a haircut. About a month ago I cut my hair, so I simply just don't have to fix it up when I turn the camera on. When my hair is longer, you see, I have naturally curly hair, and this shit is a bitch to maintain because I'm not going to walk around the street looking like a goddamn Backstreet Boy. Keep my hair straight and normal looking. So anyways, when it gets longer, it's harder to maintain. A lot of times I just turn on this camera before I go to work or whatever and just make a few videos and just release them whenever, and it's just like, why? I'm not going to, pretty myself up. And this isn't the senior prom I'm talking about here, so no offense, guys, but I mean, I make myself look somewhat presentable for you guys, but I'm not going to over-pretty myself just to sit in front of a camera and talk to people on YouTube. So I put the backwards hat on for no other logical reason other than I don't feel like fixing my hair at that present time. So that's all there is to it. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to look like, youthful or hip or anything like that. It's just simply a way of combing my hair without combing it. Sorry, guys. Not more interesting than that. Next question. What kind of music do you like? I would say my favorite genre of music is classical music. I took a course in college about history of classical music, and I found it very fascinating. It really just opened my eyes and ears, for that matter, to that subject. It's just a lot more than just violins and pianos and people that play them. It's very fascinating music. I like to call it the thinking man's music, if you will. or woman, not to be sexist. And I like some of the more obscure artists. I mean, Beethoven's good. Don't get me wrong, but his shit is played to death in a lot of aspects. I mean, it's kind of like the Beatles, where a lot of their best songs have just been played so much that they lost their special value. A lot can be said with a lot of Beethoven's best works as well. So, not too big on Beethoven. I mean, I like people like George Gershwin, who is hands down the best American classical musician ever, hands down the best piano player in American history. Um, Ravel's good. I love Bach. Bach is actually on my cell phone as a ringtone right now. Just a lot of people. Vivaldi, by the way. The four seasons for Vivaldi. The best season is winter, of course. And just, I love that genre of music. I also like even just like the teeny bopper shit. Like not so much Miley Cyrus, but like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. I actually got kind of hooked on artists like that when I was in college, because I worked a job at a little short order restaurant when I was in college. It was a job primarily staffed by people that were college age kids, and the radio station they played there was a contemporary hits music station. And stuff like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera would come on all the time, and we'd be corny as shit and sing along with it, and people in the restaurant would sing along too. Just real lame shit, I know, but it kind of takes me back to days like that, and I still have like songs like that on my MP3 player that I listen to when I go out jogging. So I don't know, it's just stuff like that that just takes me back to days when life was like, really, really fun, because those were good times. But anyways, yeah, corny little teeny bopper shit and classical music, that's the genres of music that the Archfiend likes. I know, what a goddamn mix that is. Okay, this next question is more of just a message that I got, and it just speaks volumes about this sub for sub shit. Okay, right away in the title of this private message it says sub for sub, which right away I know just to completely dismiss all rational thought that I'm going to potentially see in this message. Okay, the message reads as this, and if you guys want to talk to this guy, his name is ESSI Monster HD. Whatever that is, SI Monster HD, whatever. Hi, the Archfiend. I know you probably don't know me, and that's probably a good thing, but I wanted to know if you're interested in sub for subbing with me. I read a comment from you telling me that you are interested in sub for subs. Where the hell did you read that at? And well, I'm interested too, and I'm trying to get some subs. So, if you still would like to do sub for sub with me, that would be great. I will sub you back, since I get those email notifications from YouTube when somebody subs me, You don't even need to message me back if you don't want to. I will synchronize my subscriptions list with the subscribers list each week that you get, and you will get subbed definitely. If you're no longer interested in sub for sub, and I wasn't from the get-go, then I'm sorry. I don't want to annoy you. Too late for that. Bye-bye then. Hope you are still interested in sub for sub. Okay. Now, I will never be interested in sub for sub. I will subscribe to someone when I watch their videos, I like their videos, and I think that they are worthy of a subscription and worthy of even you guys being interested in watching their videos. I don't just subscribe to anyone for the hell of it. So yeah, sub for sub, it will never fly in my book. Let me scroll down here. Whoops. Okay. Next question is, what advice do you have to bring the irate gamer down? Okay. Now, I know I'm as guilty as the next man as far as being one of the people that created the hatred for the irate gamer that is out there. But it's to the point now where people need to seriously consider what they are doing here. Because he's beyond the point of hurting him at this point. And I'll explain why. My advice for how to bring the irate gamer down is simple. Ignore him. Act like he doesn't exist. If you can't act like he doesn't exist, then make yourself act like he doesn't exist. Because that is the simple reason to it. People like me are guilty of one thing and one thing only, and that is making the irate gamer popular. Now, popularity isn't necessarily a good thing. It can be a bad thing, because, I mean, Osama bin Laden's popular. Doesn't mean he's liked by millions of people. Okay? Now, I know, irate gamer is nowhere near as bad as Osama bin Laden, But I just wanted to correlate the whole popularity thing here. Irate Gamer's basically popular because he is a hack of the Angry Video Game Nerd, and that has been established. That cannot be established anymore. It's done. It's a fact. We all know it. The more you drive that point home, the more he becomes relevant and the more people know about him. The guy has almost got 100,000 subscribers for being a hack douchebag. It is time to ignore him. It is time to act like he doesn't exist. Because you know what, people? If you don't, what's he ever going to care? He is laughing his ass to the bank, people. And the only reason I don't feel more guilty about this is because I'm at least making money as a YouTube partner off of the videos I've made about him. So yes, people, don't acknowledge him anymore. People are making videos about him. Just stop. Just stop. Okay? The Angry Video Game fan nerds all know. We all know. Don't drive the point home anymore. We get it. He's a hack. He's a loser. He's a douchebag. He's all those things. So yeah, just act like he doesn't exist. Simple answer. Next question. Mario Kev sent me this in a private message the other day. I have to ask you something, Archfiend. Sorry to bother you, but you seem to not be responding to me in the chat room. Is it cool that you can unban me? I am sorry for being annoying. Okay. This just goes to serve as a message to anyone that goes to my chat room. If you're being an annoying douchebag, you will get banned. I mean, it takes a lot for me to ban you forever from there. But people like Mario Kev, who gets pretty much banned on a daily basis. By the way, I think he just broke 100 times being banned, which is the current record holder at the awesomearchfiend.com chat room. So just sit tight and calm down. It's not like I hold professional grudges on people here, even though some people have been permanently banned and they will stay permanently banned. So yeah, a lot of people always ask me the second they get banned, they have to send me a private message about it. Just sit tight and calm down. If you're not unbanned in a couple days, then take a hint and don't come back, because I'm probably not going to unban you ever. Next question. What is my favorite scene in Kill Bill Volume 1? Favorite scene is hands down the scene where Uma Thurman confronts all the members of the Crazy 88 and hacks the shit out of them, and the part where it goes black and white and all that good shit. I love that scene for so many reasons. One, it's intensely gory. It's fantastically well shot and well choreographed and all that good shit. And I think it is hands down one of the most dominant scenes for a female ever. Like, I mean, this is up with the scene where Sigourney Weaver finds the Queen Alien and starts, like, executing the Queen's children in front of the Queen Alien. Like, it's right up there with that. So yeah, fantastic movie, great scene, and it's hands down better than any part of Kill Bill Volume 2. So yeah. Next question, what future videos do you plan to make? That always just generically gets asked to me, and I have a lot of stuff that I plan on making in the future, a lot of stuff that I'm holding off till I get a lot more subscribers than I have now. And I mean, I know that sounds kind of selfish, and I don't want to sound like I'm cheating you guys out, but trust me, you'll understand when I make these videos. They're more suited for a more massive audience than what I have now. And like I said, you'll find out when we cross that bridge when I get there. And trust me, a lot of these videos, you guys are going to be very interested to hear and see, because I have more than one ace up my sleeve for stuff I want to talk about and show you guys. So anyways, next question, have I ever been in a car accident? Have I been in a car accident? Yes. Why people have asked me that is kind of weird. I've been asked that over a dozen times, I would say, and I saw it in one of my Ask the Archfiends, and I get private messaged it a lot as well, so it's like, it's kind of just arbitrary to ask that question, but I'm just going to go ahead and give you the answer since people are somewhat interested in that. Yes, I've been in 2 car accidents. One car accident happened on November 21st, 1995, and I will tell you why I remember that date. I was driving to work that night. I actually worked at a super fresh grocery store at that time. I was in high school, and I went to work and found out I wasn't even on the schedule to work that day. So I was like, sweet, night off. I can just, drive back home and do whatever. So I was driving home. I remember it was just like a minor little ice storm that day. It's late November. It was like one of the first real cold days of the year, and the roads got all slicked up. I remember I was coming to an intersection. I hit the brakes a little too hard and just coasted right into the car that was in front of me. Just a minor little fender bender, nothing really ridiculous or anything like that, nothing major. Hit some soccer mom van in front of me. Everyone was fine, no one was injured, and blah, blah, blah. The reason why I remember the date, November 21st, 1995, is that was my birthday. Not only was it my birthday, but it was the damn day that I got my driver's license. So within 5 hours of getting my driver's license, I got into a car accident. Isn't that fantastic, people? That same car later that summer was in a second car accident. It was I'd say it was like a 1985 or 1986 Buick Skylark, just a compact but massive metal piece of shit, and that comes into play to this next car accident. I was at a jug handle, and for those of you who aren't familiar with New Jersey, we have these things called jug handles, where it's illegal to make left turns on highways to cross the highway at any given point. So we have these things called jug handles where you have to stay to the right on the highway, loop around, and then there's an intersection from the stoplight, and then you can revert over to the left side of the highway. So I was at a jug handle waiting to go with my friend who was in the car next to me and my another friend in the passenger seat. We were waiting to go to McDonald's, if you can believe that. Okay, this is back when I was 17 years old and I was getting ready to go to McDonald's with my friends. And friend pulls out, light turns green, pulls out, I pull out next to him. So I have a car, that's my friend, to the right of me. I look over to the left. There is a car speeding through, and this is one of those proverbial moments in life that happen in slow motion. Because I look over and I go, there's absolutely no way she's going to stop in time, and there's absolutely no way that I'm going to get out of the way in time. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh shit, because you know that accident is going to happen. So, boom, hits right into the driver's side door of me. I'm just like completely out. Like, I come to in the car. Like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what time it is. I don't know anything. I start piecing it together. I look around. My friend's not even in the passenger seat anymore. I look. I see the windshield smashed up. I got a car that's practically on fire next to me. And I'm just like, holy shit. I just got in a car accident. I'm like, I'm putting it together as it's happening. And I'm like, I thought my friend was just like kicked out of the side of the car and was dead. My other friend's car is smashed up because I got accordioned between two cars, so that was fun. I get to, like, none of my friends are there. My friends aren't even in the car next to me. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? I have to kick open my one door to get out. And I'm like putting it together, and I'm getting together in my head, like, holy shit, that light was green. I just pulled into the intersection. I'm like, I just start yelling, like, I'm going to kick your ass, you son of a bitch. I went over to that car door that hit me. I was like, I'm going to bust you up. And I rip open a car door, and some lady just falls out to the ground. And I was just like, wow, holy shit, this is intense. There's like blood everywhere. It's like complete nightmare shit. And I'm just like, wow, what the hell? And I was all cut up and stuff too myself. I sustained a separated shoulder, ruptured my left quadricep, and I just had cuts everywhere, like on my arms and stuff, because the glass from my window just came through and like shredded everything where I was like holding the steering wheel and all that good shit. So like I'm massively bloody myself, and I'm walking around on like one leg and trying to threaten to fight someone. So that was good times. The lady was found totally guilty of everything, and she had to be taken away in a helicopter to the hospital. I don't know what happened to her, and she could have died for all I know. And I mean, not that I necessarily care, because I mean, she put I and my friends' lives in danger. There's numerous cameras that filmed her running through not one but two red lights at that intersection, because there's a red light before the jug handle and at the jug handle. She got charged with like reckless driving, numerous violations. She had to pay for my friend's new cars and my new car and all that good shit and blah blah blah. And it was it was a good time. So yeah, 2 car accidents I've been in, and hopefully you found them remotely entertaining here. And all my friends were okay too. So I mean, the cops were looking at this when I got out of the car. They said, "How are you still able to walk?" Because her car just got completely destroyed. She had some like geoprism, some like piece of aluminum shit that my Skylark just ate for breakfast. But still, she hit me in the driver's side door, and the fact that I didn't have any major injury is amazing. So anyways, just knock on wood. Good luck is on my side. Next question is one that I commonly get is, do you have any diet tips or advice? People just always randomly say this to me. The one thing I can say is people are naturally going to be hungry and they're going to want to eat. I eat a lot of food. The thing is I eat a lot of food that is good for you. Like, I will literally eat 2 bags of vegetables every day. Like at dinner time, I will put in a big massive bowl 2 bags of vegetables, cook them up and eat them, just to simply, number 1, quell the hunger, and number 2, provide good nutrient value. And I mean, something like that can carry over in your stomach, quell your desire to be hungry, and all that other good shit, and it's good for you. So, I mean, of course I occasionally snack on something like, potato chips or pizza or something like that. I can afford to. I run a lot, I exercise a lot, and that's the thing, people. You can splurge and eat crappy food. It's not going to kill you by the time of the age 40 if you do. So yeah, you can treat yourself once in a while. You don't have to live off of that stuff. That's the difference. So just stay active, do exercise, and I mean, it's not rocket science. Exercising leads to calories burned. Calories burned cancels out calories taken in. That's all there is to it, people. And my last question that I want to answer here is something that I've been getting questions about ever since my YouTube channel started, and that is, will you ever do a rant about religion? And so many people have just quote-unquote labeled me as an atheist right off the bat. And I could see why they would say that. I don't necessarily fully understand why. I mean, I haven't overtly come out and say, I'm pro or for any religion or anything like that. But I mean, obviously, I like guys like, Thunderfoot and like their videos. So obviously the writing's on the wall. I must be an atheist. But I look at it from the logic as that no one knows. No one knows. And I don't consider myself an atheist, agnostic, or anything like that. Religion is, for the most part, something you have to be told to understand. Something that you're told to understand can never be 100% factual. I mean, think of anything else that you know and learn. There is either solid proof, solid evidence, or solid theory behind it. I don't care how many people see apparitions of Jesus in their sleep or whatever. I can never fully 100% believe the stories of him in the Bible or the Bible itself. To the flip side of the coin, I am never going to accept, full theories of like the Big Bang or, just whatever else an atheist wants to throw at me, because there's question marks with stuff like, when did time begin? I mean, accepting something as infinite is really a strong concept to understand, because if God didn't create the universe and everything else, what did? I mean, did everything just flat out exist throughout, space and time? Nothing was ever created? How can that be possible? That's the question that I can never hear 100% fully answered. At the same time, I don't care what you believe. I don't care if you don't believe, if you do believe. It doesn't change a fact or opinion I have about anyone out there. It doesn't matter. I think both sides of the story put very entertaining issues on the table. I think both sides of the story have very negative sides to the table. I think some atheists can get just like very overly abusive and demanding when they don't get or hear their way. I think some hardcore religious freaks can be very forceful for how much they push their religion on, say, their children or others. That is very unhealthy. And I'm not going to do a rant about it because a lot of people already have. And on top of that, I don't fully agree with either side of the story. So what can I do? Hi, I'm the Archfiend and I'm neutral to religion and atheists. Oh, that's a fun video. So anyways, I won't be covering religion in any of my videos in case any of you guys were wondering. What I've said here is pretty much the extent of what I would stomach to put out to you guys here. So, All right, I think that was a pretty solid way to end the first ever edition here of Longbox Tetris. So keep those questions coming in, people, and I'm going to try and, like I said, coordinate every avenue that I get asked a question on to share here. So even you people that are taking part in the Ask the Archfiend segments on Friday nights at 8 at theawesomearchfiend.com, cheap plug, so you can get your questions answered here as well. So thank you, everyone, and I have no real spectacular way to end this, so I'm just going to end with a good old-fashioned have a great day.